What's going on, everyone? So, Basketball Forever posted this graphic with the tagline, Kyrie Irving hasn't had much success since leaving LeBron James. And it's this graphic that shows that in 2018 he was injured, missed the playoffs. 2019 lost to the Bucks in the second round. 2020 injured, missed the playoffs. 2021 injured in second round, lost to Bucks. Swept in 2022 first round to the Celtics, and then in 2023 missed the playoffs when he went to the Dallas Mavericks. And with that, Kyrie Irving responded. Kyrie Irving said, pin this tweet and see what happens in the next few years. Now, look, I've been a big defender of Kyrie Irving over the years. I think he's gotten a lot of criticism and a lot of just flack for things that he doesn't deserve the level of which they have, right? He's definitely not without his faults, right? He definitely is a character and has made some poor decisions and stuff like that. But I just feel like, for whatever reason, when it seems with Kyrie Irving, it's very amplified. And I mean, he's such a big public figure, such an icon, things like that. But the reality is, him and Dallas probably not winning anything, right? Now, look, I would love to see Luka win. I'd love to see Kyrie and Luka win. I'm not at the expense of my Lakers, but look, if they could win, I'm all for it, right? I'm not going to complain about Luka and Kyrie getting a championship. I just don't really see it, right? Kyrie is a very specific player, but so is Luka. And Luka is not LeBron James, right? Like Luka, yes, he shares the ball and, he's willing to pass, but he is more selfish of a player than LeBron James is. And you've seen that conflict, you've seen that clash. And maybe they could work it out, sure, but LeBron was a great defensive player. Like, he was a defensive monster at times throughout the course of his career, especially back then. Luka is not. So now you have Kyrie and Luka, who both don't play defense, and you basically need a very specific team for Dallas to work out. And I don't think they're going to be able to build that type of team. I don't. And look, could Kyrie and Luka make a run to the Western Conference Finals or something like that? Sure. Could they maybe even get to the to the NBA Finals? Sure. Things happen, right? Dominoes kind of fall your way. Every year that happens, right? The team that gets it to the NBA. I mean, look at Miami. It took several things for Miami and things to break their way for that to happen, right? If Giannis doesn't go down, Miami's losing in the first round, right? So it's just, could you kind of get the luck of the dice, right? And end up in the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals? Sure, that's very possible. But I just don't see Luka and Kyrie winning an NBA championship. Now, Dallas fans might feel otherwise, but Luka hasn't shown the ability to play alongside a guy like Kyrie. I mean, Jalen Brunson didn't emerge until Luka got hurt, right? Like, Jalen Brunson was just like another role guy that was just kind of there. I mean, he had his moments. He was solid, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't the Jalen Brunson we just saw with the New York Knicks and we saw in that playoff run for the Dallas Mavericks, right? Luka ends up going down and he steps up and becomes the guy. And that was great, right? They needed that. I just don't think Luka, Dallas was even better with Kyrie on the court without Luka than Luka on the court without Kyrie. That tells you a lot. Luka is one of the highest usage players we've ever seen. The guy always has the ball in his hands, all that stuff. And look, Kyrie is great at playing off the ball. He's more than capable of doing it. But especially crunch time, Kyrie is a better natural scorer, right? Games on the line, Kyrie should be the guy closing down the stretch. But is Luka going to be willing to take that step back and allow Kyrie to do so? Luka is more than capable of hitting game-winning shots and winning games and closing down the stretch and stuff like that. But Kyrie is a very special, just ridiculous, crazy level scoring talent. I mean, this guy is so crafty, so creative, and can score in so many ways. And it's such a mismatch for most people, right? Luka absolutely can be a lot of that same things. But you see it just kind of be clunky. And again, they didn't play a ton of games together. They got to figure it out. And I do expect them to figure it out to an extent. But are they going to be able to figure it out enough to lead to an NBA championship? I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't think Kyrie wins another championship. As much as I would love Kyrie to win another championship, I just don't see it. He's got to go to a very specific team. He's got to, like, Dallas is going to have to build. Like, they basically need Kyrie and Luka, and then, like, a legit, just defensive, just rebounding juggernaut type center, and then two perimeter, just lockdown defensive guys that can shoot threes. Right? Like, if Dallas could get, like, a Jeremy Grant and an OG Anunoby with, like, I don't know, a Jared Allen or something like that, I think Dallas could win an NBA championship. I just don't think that that's ever going to happen. Right? Like, they need two elite level 3-and-D guys that can just defensive rebounding type center. Because you got to make up for the lack of defense that Kyrie and Luka play. And then you need guys that can knock it down outside on the perimeter when Kyrie and Luka draw the attention of the defense, and then they can kick it out. Right? Like, that's the only way that they're going to have success. And I just don't know, like, how they're going to be able to do that. And I just, again, like, LeBron is like, Luka is not LeBron. LeBron was very good at getting other, like, you know, Dwayne Wade and Kyrie and guys like that, like, making sure that they still ate, right? And also being able to defend the best player on the other team if need be, right? Being able to guard Derrick Rose, right? Like, things like that, Paul George, like, guys like that. Like, he was able to defend at an elite level and then still give you a 38-8, right? Like, Luka can give you a 38-8, but he can't defend. And so you have him who can't defend, and then you have Kyrie who can't defend. It's not the same relationship. I get that Luka is very similar and reminiscent of LeBron, but he's not LeBron. LeBron was a freakish athlete that could just do some amazing, spectacular things, and was just he's not the scorer that Luka was, at least at that time, right? Like, Luka's very good at just getting his shot off and scoring it. It's crazy because he almost moves in slow motion, right? Like, LeBron's always kind of been a streaky 3-point shooter and kind of been more of like, put my head down and get to the basket, right? I'm just bigger, stronger, and faster than everybody, so I'm just going to get to the basket, right? He has that little fadeaway and stuff like that, where Luka just has this, like, arsenal and just this array, right? But he can't defend. Like, he can't defend his own shadow. And I just don't think Kyrie and Luka as that pairing are going to be enough with the current roster that they have. Are they a playoff team? Are they a play-in team? I don't know. Right? Like, seriously, as weird as that sounds, like, I wouldn't be shocked if they're a play-in team this year. Like, and that's not like a slight at them. Like, they have Luka Doncic, they have Kyrie Irving. Fantastic. Tim Hardaway Jr. could be very solid. Derek Lively, I think, could end up solving a lot of their problems, but not now. I think, like, 3 years from now, sure, but not right now. Right? And then they have basically half of the same guys. Like, Grant Williams was, I think, a solid pickup. Gives them a little bit of toughness, some switchability, defense. But outside of that, they basically have the same team. They got Seth Curry, who can shoot. They got a couple shooters, but they don't have any, like, legit 3-and-D guys. Right? Like, Jaden Hardy, he has the potential to really kind of step up. He looked really good for them last year. Josh Green, right? They got, who else do they get? They got Rashard Holmes, right? He's undersized, but he could be a solid guy. I'm not sold on Dallas and the current roster that they have compared to some of these other teams in the Western Conference. I mean, the Western Conference is stacked, and it is deep, and it is talented, and I just don't think that Kyrie with the Dallas Mavericks are going to be able to overcome these teams. Like, they're not better than Denver. I don't think they're better than the Phoenix Suns. I don't think they're better than the Sacramento Kings. I don't think they're better than the Clippers. I don't think they're better than the Warriors. I don't think they're better than the Lakers. When Ja comes back, I don't think they're better than Memphis. So there's 7 teams right there. So is Dallas better than the Pelicans, the Timberwolves, and the Thunder? Maybe. So they're the ace, so they're a play-in team. Right? Like, who is Dallas better than? Is Dallas better than the Golden State Warriors? I don't think so. Are they better than the Clippers? Healthy. Assuming the Clippers are healthy. I don't think so. Suns? I don't think so. Kings? I don't think so. Memphis? I don't think so. Nuggets? I don't think so. Lakers? I don't think so. Especially with this new Laker team. As deep and stacked and talented as they are, I don't. So you're talking about Dallas with Kyrie and Luka are going to be a play-in team. So I just don't see it. I really don't. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think Kyrie can win an NBA championship? Do you think that Dallas can pull it out? Or do you think they're a play-in team? It's what they are. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below.